Last episode, we closed on the boat. We had her hauled out for a bottom paint job, replaced a couple of bearings and zincs, and then we splashed down and headed north out the Fort Lauderdale Inlet. We spent our first night on the boat, anchored off the Intercoastal Waterway, the ICW in Pompano Beach. I slept like a baby. The next morning, we sailed out the Hillsborough Inlet, up to Peanut Island, and every night after anchoring, we enjoyed snorkeling and swimming around before I made dinner, then bed. Day 3, we left Peanut Island. Now, I'm not a superstitious person, but when a fuel boat that has my dad's nickname, Morty, on it, which is not a common name, let alone a name for a boat, is in front of us as we leave the Lake Worth Inlet, and the anniversary of his passing is the next day, well, even my mom said that's a good sign. Our first dolphin sighting. We're off the coast of Stuart. I got it! 2 of them. They keep bouncing back and forth. Yep, I got him. How amazing is this? We're going about 6 knots. We sailed into the St. Lucie Inlet, anchoring just north of Stuart, then sailed up the ICW to Fort Pierce. We walked on land for the first time in 3 days, eating at Chuck's Seafood, which was just down the block from our marina. Good food and drinks with a fun atmosphere. Then we rented a car to get our car, which we had left down at our friend's house in Coral Springs. We picked up our dog Maui, and I visited my mom for Mother's Day before driving back and introducing Maui to the boat and the beach. There's a beach just down the road from our marina, which is usually crowded due to the fact that there's little tide since it's right on the inlet. The Oceanside Beach is just a few miles away, free parking, and no crowd. Now it's time to get settled on the boat and begin some projects. Our boat has capacity for 90 gallons of water in the tanks, so I filled up our tanks with water from the dock. Now the fridge on the boat hasn't been working since we purchased her, so we've been using a friend's portable fridge. Small, but at least we had something for our perishables. Dave did a lot of research testing the old fridge before he ordered a new compressor and holding plate. While waiting for the delivery, which was surprisingly quick, I had Dave replace this functioning but small galley faucet. No job is ever simple on a boat, and that included this job, which required some new tubing, but I love our new faucet. Quick work on the AC, then Dave took out the old compressor and tubing before he installed the new compressor and hooked up the cold plate and tubing. He then cut the old cabinet door and installed a vent. I ordered some hanging baskets from Amazon, then checked under our V-berth and found plenty of storage for our spare mainsail and spinnaker. We installed a Froli Sleep System, which acts like a box spring and keeps your phone dry from moisture. What a difference. It feels like we're sleeping on air. Ugh, more work on the AC. Not again. In typical Florida afternoon thunderstorms. We ordered flexible solar panels, so we led the wires down from the panel to the solar control charger, then underneath the quarter berth to the batteries. Dave then hooked up an inverter to run our AC appliances. The panels are attached to our bimini with stainless steel hurricane fasteners, and they've held up great in gusts up to 50 knots. We traveled to our storage unit several times to bring things back and forth, trying not to overload the boat, but having the things we think we'll want and need. Daily afternoon thunderstorms yet again. Then more working on the AC. Will it ever end? We buy ourselves a dinghy, which is like a car for a boat, and a motor. Buying a Windscoop, which we attached to our V-berth hatch, helped keep us cool by funneling air through the boat. Again, never a small project. Dave had to install new snaps, but it really helped keep things cool when we were able to keep the hatch open. We learned how to splice lines, stock up on boat supplies, and we buy numerous clear containers to help keep the boat organized. Keeping jewelry on a boat is not a smart idea, and rings can be a safety hazard, so we secure jewelry off the boat and buy beautiful silicone wedding bands that will break before our fingers do. Time to brush up on our card game skills, and even Maui joins in while the daily afternoon storms pass by. Dave and I have always enjoyed watching the fireworks, dreaming of the day we might be watching them from our boat, and this day didn't disappoint. More work on the AC system again, dreaming of the day we won't need it. Then afternoon thunderstorms. But Maui doesn't mind. I finally got my sewing machine on the boat and worked on some projects. So, old way to get to the batteries. Whatever you had on the foam, you have to move. And then you have to take the foam and you gotta go like this. And then you gotta pick up this thing and you gotta hold it up while you're working on the battery compartment. Well, now, I haven't cut that one yet, but I have cut this one. Boom, it just pops it right up and gets this right out of the way and easy access. Cooking on a boat. I've been trying to be open-minded and new possibilities. I've done some canning, I have my refrigerator, but the bottom line is when you're underway, you really don't want to be cooking and you'd like to have a nutritious meal. So, having an open mind, I discovered thermal cookers. First meal in the thermal cooker, I only had to cook them for 4 hours because I made brownies. They came out delicious in the thermal cooker. And I used 2 pots, the bottom one for chicken, and it was with vegetables and carrots and mushrooms and onions, and the top one with rice. So let's see how it comes out. Turn the right way, that would help. David, I think that's perfect rice. 4 hours in the top. The recipe was 3 cups water, 1.75 cups of rice. Roughness. Now, this has oh, that's the whole thing. Oh, so that was to get that out. Now to get the top, we haven't used this one before. Push that out. There's a handle. Push that out. Lift it up. And looks pretty good. We'll try it and we'll see how it is. But it looks good. Oh, it smells delicious. I didn't even put in any seasoning. I forgot. We have a great view of the launch out of Kennedy Space Center.
All right, we're out scouting a spot to lay down our sails, check them out, inspect them, make sure we don't lay them on any ant piles, make sure the grass is relatively dry. We are at JC Park. Laurie's working on unholding the sail. Okay. All right. Grabbing the other mainsail, the spare mainsail with the air battens in it. See how good a shape this one's in.
This sail has been in the back of the afterboat, so we've been keeping it in underneath the bunk in the beaver.
All right, just comparing the 2 mainsails. Slightly shorter luff on the air batten main. Yep. Yep, the air batten main's got more of a roach because she's got air battens. So when you have battens, you can have more of a curve, more of a roach, more sail. Those are where you hook up the air.
Oh, okay.
They're both about the same length luff. The luff on the air batten main looks a little more curved, should be straight. Lori is opening our code 0. We're just saying how funny it is that this sail's about twice as big as the other two sails, but a fraction of the weight. Just such a lightweight sail and such lightweight materials. Let's find the head of the sail. Does that one look like the head? Yeah, that looks like the head. All right. Think that's the clue? Oh. All right. Oh, this one says H. Head. Yep. Yeah. I guess we can turn around.
Okay.
Yep.
Time to stock up on provisions before we leave the dock. Where are we going to put everything? Well, we're in the car one last time. We have a 2022 Toyota 4Runner, and it's been great. It was great for my business. It was great for while we're moving. It was great for moving boat stuff. It was great for this morning when we had 3 sails in the car. And yesterday we had loaded up the car with 3 sails. We went to Home Depot, West Marine, Walmart, and Publix, and we had plenty of room. So it's bittersweet. It's funny. I think I'm having a harder time selling the car than I did with selling the condo. Selling the condo was exciting, the beginning of a big adventure. And yes, selling the car, we're going on a big adventure. We're setting sail tomorrow, leaving the dock for good. I guess it's that security that I can understand my mom when she stopped driving, what that car means, independence. And I know it shouldn't be a big deal because in these days of Kroger delivery, which I don't have here in Fort Pierce, but I should have in other places, and Instacart and Lyft and Uber, and we're comfortable with all that, and we use all that stuff and deliveries. It shouldn't be a big deal. It's just another adjustment. Onward and forward.